The amount of enthusiasm at the beginning of a task is disproportionate to the amount of enthusiasm remaining at the conclusion of a task. It happens in our fight for justice. When the labor movement got started, there was a great deal of strength and power. And people realized that this nation's growth and development would depend on the workers. But in the last few years, something has happened. People would like to silence labor. They would like to make labor impotent. And even some people in labor will fight against itself. So what happened from the beginning until now? The amount of enthusiasm at the beginning of a task is disproportionate to the amount of enthusiasm remaining at the conclusion of a task, but we can't allow that enthusiasm to fall now. In fact, this is the time that we've got to raise our voices. This is the time when we've got to say no more. This is the time when we've got to say we're going to stand up for what we believe in no matter what you say or what you do to us. We will not allow the American worker to be pushed down any longer. How dare somebody stand up and say workers need to be quiet? How dare somebody want to push American workers down? How dare they? How dare? I remind people, when Martin Luther King Jr. was killed in Memphis, he went to Memphis at the request of Reverend Jim Lawson, who had received the request from AFSCME. Martin Luther King Jr. died in Memphis protesting the conditions of AFSCME workers. And we need to make sure that people understand and never forget why he gave his life for organized labor. A lot of those workers weren't even allowed to come indoors during the day if they happened to be black. My grandfather, Emanuel Cleaver, was considered a rich man in the little black community of Waxahachie. Well, why? Because he was able to join the International Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters. He was able to get enough money that he was able to buy his house and pay cash for it. Now, Grandpa was selling some booze on the side, but we're not, but the point is, he had a decent income from the railroad. He just augmented it. And so I have, since I came into the world, realized the value of organized labor and how we've got to continue to strengthen it, not weaken it. And I'm in Congress. I can tell you, the people from the Missouri area will tell you, you don't even need to lobby me. I lobby myself. Because I talk to myself about what the right thing is. What am I going to do? And my wife tells me all the time, she said, you got to quit saying you're a liberal. You know, that's no longer in. I can't help myself. Because if people are saying that I'm a liberal because I believe that we ought to give some kind of advantage to the children in the sunrise of life, then color me liberal. If liberal means that seniors ought to be taken care of in the sunset of life, then color me liberal. If workers just trying to have a life need help, then color me liberal. If being a liberal means that I don't want a single American to go to bed hungry, or a veteran sleeping under a bridge, then color me liberal. If liberal means that I want to create jobs in New York rather than New Delhi, in Philadelphia rather than the Philippines, in Indonesia, and leave out Indiana, then color me liberal. In fact, I'm a liberal. I'm a liberal. I think I will make an announcement here. I'm a liberal. If liberal means that I'm going to stand with you, then color me liberal every day of the week. Yeah, I'm a liberal. Now, Let me just say this, and I'm through. I'm going through the curtain over here. Here's what you need to understand this. Look, I intend to fight every assault on labor. I'm going to fight it with my voice. When I lose my voice, I'm going to fight it with my arms and fists. When I lose my fist, I'm going to fight it with the nub that I have left. And when the nub is broken, then I'm going to start kicking it. And then when my legs are gone, I'm going to start biting it. And then when my teeth are gone, I'm going to gum it. I'm a liberal. And I believe in you.